Hey, what's going on, everybody? Guess what, man? H5N1 back in Germany. It's been back reported since like November, December time frame up in northern Germany. And I've got an aviary that's about 3/4 done, meaning that I've got the walls and I've got the netting around pretty much the 3/4 of the actual framework done, but the backside's still open. And so today, when it gets light out, we're gonna go ahead and start putting some work in on that aviary to make sure it's secure so we don't get any wild birds flying in there and getting my birds sick. So let's go feed the chickens, wait for the sun to rise, and then let's get to work. Come on, let's do it. Cheers, brother. Cheers. Cheers. This here, here's the flight feathers. So as you guys can maybe see right now, this is what I'm talking about here. I've got to put this mesh up on the back side. I can kind of take you over there real quick. All these sides are done. And then this back side is not complete yet. So that's what I want to get done today. And then on top of that, these guys aren't getting a lot of like light in general, because I've got these tarps here. So I ended up buying some greenhouse tarp, which is going to allow me to kind of nail or zip tie. It doesn't have these D-rings on this tarp that I bought, this greenhouse tarp, but it does have the option where you can punch holes in it and it's reinforced. So I can kind of show you guys in a little bit, but I want to go ahead and take this big portion of this section of the tarp and move it forward, and then put the transparent section, I don't know if you guys can see that, transparent section back on the back end, because sun's coming from rising in the east, setting in the west, and at least I can get some light onto it. So let's do it. tied that, man. All right, walls up. They are fully secured. Now it's time to give them a little bit of some light. Let's take this old tarp off. Come on. All right, guys, this is the stuff I'm talking about. I don't know if you guys can see this. We'll get a nice image on here. I'm still gonna roll it out. Now you can see it here. There it is. So you can see these perforations. Like, it's got these little options to basically kind of pilot hole through and then either nail it down or fasten it down somehow, but then it's also reinforced, which is pretty cool, right? I was just thinking about getting like normal, like, I don't know, something cheap, clear plastic, and then taking a big, like, on each side of the plastic, just kind of rolling it up in a big log or something like that to kind of temporarily hold it down. But I found this, and you know, it's kind of on the pricier side for sure, but it's pretty durable. I think it'll last quite a long time. So let's go ahead and see if this will work for what I think it should do. Alright, that's an option. I'm not too happy with that though. I'm thinking I did buy it, I think, long enough to where I can actually cut it in half and then put one sheet on one side and then kind of overlap it at the peak so I get a little bit more light into it. I mean, it's still pretty dark in there, so I don't know. Let me do some measurements. Let's try that out. I'm going for it. Finally, got it. Let's go take a tour. This is gonna be way better, hands down. I know it may not look like much, but they got light now inside. There's some natural light in the back, which is pretty sweet, because before it was like dark like this throughout the whole aviary. So I'm pretty stoked with that. And I'm sure that they're gonna enjoy that as well. I got the back wall done. Yes, no Avian Flu. And then I got this thing tied down pretty good. So I have them sleeping over here and getting them away from the wind. And they're doing great, by the way. If anybody is curious, I made that little aquarium chicken coop kind of thing for them several months back, and it actually works really well. So as long as you keep them out of the wind, keep them dry, these birds are super resilient. Surprisingly so. I've seen it as low as -7 degrees Celsius here, and these guys are good. No evidence of any issues with them dealing with that coldness, so it's kind of cool. And the big reason why I did that was to combat against lice and mites. They were a big problem for me when I had them in like traditional chicken coops. So yeah, guys, so this is it. Pretty stoked. Thanks for hanging out, appreciate it. And chickens enjoyed it too. So till next time, guys, ciao ciao.